When it comes to tube lights, there are a number of options out there on the market to choose from. But in this review, we're going to talk about the Weeylite K21 and why I think it might be one of the best value tube lights out there for the money. Now, full disclosure, Weeylite sent me the K21 to review, though no money exchanged hands. They do not get any input into this review, nor do they get to see it before I post it. Now, to cover the specs and features of this light, this is a 1 foot long RGBWY LED tube light that comes in weighing at around 0.6 pounds or 270 grams. It's a very small and compact overall, and something you can easily take with you and rig up in almost any situation. Now, adding to the ease of being able to rig this light up is the fact that there are 1/4 threads both on the top and bottom of the light, and the fact that the entire rear of the light is magnetic. Now, this light features a color temperature range all the way from as low as 2500 Kelvin to as high as 8500 Kelvin. So ultimately pretty broad as far as almost any LED lighting fixture is concerned. Now, when it comes to the different color modes and features of the light, these are very similar to what I noted in the Weeylite S5 review that I've already done on my channel, which I will leave a link to above and in the description below that you can check out. But so what does that ultimately mean? Yes, you have a CCT mode, being able to adjust regular color temperature, intensity, and the different magenta/green shift. Yes, you have a proper HSI mode, allowing you to adjust hue, saturation, and intensity or luminance of the light. Yes, you have a more granular RGBWY picker that allows you to adjust the different color channels of the light. Yes, you have a color picker you can also utilize for the light that works using the Weeylite Pro app, which, as you've been seeing through all of these examples, also allows you to control all of the different functions of the light itself. And yes, you have a series of 29 different lighting effects you can utilize with the K21. And of course, even just noting that I demoed all of that using the Weeylite Pro app, yes, you have an LCD display on the back of the light and a series of controls that would allow you to dial this in specifically, and these work just as well for being able to control the light even without having to use your smartphone. And on the color accuracy front, this light has a CRI value of 95 and a TLCI value of 97, so also being around the industry standard of what you would expect and hope for in a lighting fixture like this. And also meeting or even exceeding industry standards is both the output intensity and the battery life of this light, where this light will output around 760 lux at just 0.5 meters of distance, and at its highest intensity will get you around an hour battery life, though at varying or much lower intensities can range from up to as long as 6 hours of battery life according to Weeylite. And worth noting, to get a full 0 to 100% charge out of the light, that will take around 3 hours or so using the built-in USB-C port, which charges the internal battery within the light. Now, in terms of the build quality and construction of the light, I would say this is actually really good for the price point. It's very solid, very rigid feeling in the hands, but again, lightweight enough to be able to rig up easily. Fun fact, in my testing of this light throughout the past few days, I actually dropped this twice. Accidentally. That was certainly not intentional in any way, shape, or form, but needless to say, the light is still working just fine and encountered no damage, so this thing is fairly durable, and even perhaps more so than I even thought. And yes, last, in terms of what comes with the light, not too much. In the box, you have essentially a series of manuals, a USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable to charge the light, and of course, the K21 itself. Now, when it comes to tube lights and the myriad different things you can use them for, I honestly think sky's the limit. Yes, a tube light of this length is generally small and discreet enough that you can certainly hide in many inconspicuous places to get different sorts of looks and lighting situations. And yes, its overall size and shape means it's something that you can definitely tuck behind an object to use as a form of uplighting, or perhaps to place in a certain way to be used as a practical light. Again, the 1/4 threads on both the top and bottom of the light and the magnetic backing really add to the flexibility of what you can do with a fixture like this. And yes, if you're curious, the magnetic backing is very strong. I had zero issues attaching this to multiple different metal surfaces, just in and around my apartment and studio setup here. I would certainly have zero qualms in leaving the K21 attached magnetically to a different surface and using that as the only means of rigging it up without any additional support. Of course, the fact that the rear controls of light are also relatively intuitive, at least compared to other manufacturers' lighting products, also makes it so that this fixture is relatively easy to dial in a color. So Weeylite's family of products overall are very easy to get going with quickly, and that's something I've really come to notice and appreciate, getting to try their different products out and use them over time. But as we said at the start of this review, there are a number of tube light options out there. So let's talk about the price and value proposition that the K21 offers compared to some of the other products that are on the market. So depending on the retailer, or perhaps if there's a sale going on, the Weeylite K21 retails for around anywhere from $50 to $70 US. And when comparing this to the likes of similar sized and spec tube lights from the likes of Godox and Nanlite, these tend to retail for around $80 to $100 US. Meaning, yes, depending on the light you're comparing it to and or the sale going on, you might be able to get something like the K21 from anywhere from 10 to 50% less than one of these offerings. Now, taking that price point of the K21 still and applying it to what is now the top tier of the small tube light space, which is arguably the Aputure MT Pro, that tends to retail for around $200 US. Now, does something like the MT Pro offer a bit more in terms of extra accessories or a little bit of added color temperature range or a little bit of added battery life? Yes. but that also comes in at a cost factor of roughly 3 to 4 times what you can get with the K21. And even though a lot of people might frame this as sort of a quantity versus quality argument, I would really say the quality of these Weeylite fixtures has been fairly impressive and holds up very well compared to their competition. So overall, what are my thoughts on the Weeylite K21? In short, I really do think this is one of the best tube lights you can get out there for the money, not just because of the different range of features that are coming in at a price point that is equal to, or in many cases, many times less than what the competition offers, but also because of the general ecosystem Weeylite is building for their own products. Yes, that includes the Weeylite Pro app and how easy it is to pair and use these things with their own app. Yes, it means the very similar feature sets that exist across their other lights that are also RGBWY, and how these seem to carry over between the different fixture types no matter their form factor. It really seems like Weeylite, or Viltrox, who owns Weeylite, is doing their homework here in terms of figuring out what niche they fall into in this very vast lighting space. And as someone that's gotten to use these fixtures now over time and try them out, I'm really coming to appreciate not just the Weeylite name becoming synonymous with value or getting a good amount of bang for your buck, but also just being able to provide a very quality and feature-packed product for that price point. Not everyone can truly say they're doing this, and much like the S05 is holding up its end of the bargain on the pocket RGB LED space, I truly think the K21 is doing just as much, if not even more, in the portable tube light space. So that is my take on the Weeylite K21. Hopefully this video has been of some help to you. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if it has. A lot more to talk about on this channel regarding lighting and different lighting setups, so definitely be on the lookout for those videos. For now, that is all I have to say, so thanks for watching.